is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham. Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, September 22nd. I'm Jeff Harrell, my friends Erica and Al. Let's get to it, guys, because today we're starting off with some sad news for fans of Sex and the City. Willie Garson, who played Stanford Blatch, passed away at the age of 57 after battling pancreatic cancer. Willie played Carrie Bradshaw's gay BFF on the television show and in both of the Sex and the City movies. He was set to appear in the new HBO reboot, and in the second film, he famously got married by Liza Minnelli. Let's take a look.
And now, the brooms have written their own brooms.
Bride, groom, broom.
Oh, broom! Oh, that's marvelous.
Thank you, Liza Minnelli.
Willie's son Nathan paid tribute to his dad on Instagram, calling him the toughest, funniest, and smartest person he's ever known. On Twitter, Kim Cattrall called his passing an incredible loss to the Sex and City family. Cynthia Nixon said he was endlessly funny on screen and in real life, and Kristen Davis said she and Willie bonded over being single parents of adopted kids. And his on-screen husband, Mario Catone, said he was devastated and overwhelmed with sadness. Willie and Sarah Jessica Parker were lifelong friends, both on screen and off. As of this taping, Sarah has yet to post anything on social media, but they really did grow up together. Before the movie business, they were friends. So she lost a true friend, both on screen and off.
Yeah, man. I mean, the ones you leave behind, huh? I mean, you know, he obviously led a really noble life, and everybody loved him, and he lost his life for the people that he left in his wake. In that wake of love, you can see you're still struggling to deal with it. You can just tell when somebody was beloved, and as somebody who has lost friends, like where you just don't expect it. I've lost friends to cancer in their 30s. It's just hard to make sense when a good person leaves us so quickly. So, you know, it seems like he had an incredible life, but he's going to be missed like crazy.
I think it's also speaks to the fact that we talked about how Sarah Jessica Parker hasn't posted yet. And that's the difference between, like, not that the people who did post aren't wishing him well, but when someone really close to you passes away, there is still this decorum that people don't necessarily live by on social media. But it's like, I'm not going to post that someone close to me has passed if I haven't had that conversation with a few people in our lives, you know. I'm not going to make that official announcement, and I think we always look to the people who are closest, like, well, this person hasn't said anything, and we're waiting for them to say something, and it's like they're in true grief, and for as much as we want to hear from them, they're exercising their grief in this moment.
You know, whenever somebody passes, it kind of makes you reflect on your own mortality or the things you have in your life, right? And we add fuel to the fire of the Sex and the City and the women going against each other and whoever's not in it, whoever is. Do you think they will reflect on this and kind of want to bury the hatchet if they haven't already? I know the media does a lot to fuel that fire, like I said, but maybe someone passing that they both are mutually friends with are like, listen, life's short. We need to bury the hatchet, so to speak.
Death can bring a reconciliation, absolutely. I think because we are taking inventory of our life and our time on this earth. So, but I wouldn't expect it to be some type of Hollywood ending that people might be hoping for. But I mean, because it is real life. But I think death does bring reconciliation, absolutely.
All right, rest in peace. So today is the first day of fall. We're going to move on and change gears here. For many people, that means pumpkin carving and dressing up for Halloween. But talk show host James Corden recently confessed that he isn't a fan of the holiday. Let's take a look.
Halloween, great for children, but it's just, I can't do it. Yeah, it's a joke. I dread it. I actually dread it. And the other thing I dread most is that people call it a holiday, which it isn't. If it was, we wouldn't have to come into work that day.
Is this the same guy that dresses up like a mouse at stoplights?
I was going to say.
Stop it, Jeff. Yeah.
Let's get real, James Corden.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, first of all, you know, Halloween isn't my favorite, but I feel like it's most adults' favorite. I've said this before. Erica, you know where I'm going.
I know.
There's a lot of people in this world that are exhibitionists. and they get one day to exhibit, and it is Halloween. Let's be honest. It's the only day where you can wear fishnets and no one's going to pull you into HR. And so there's a reason why so many adults have taken over and commandeered this holiday. I think Halloween's a real holiday. I think New Year's Eve is not. New Year's Eve is overrated. Anytime I hear somebody go, woo, I'm like, I'm going to my room. I'm done. I don't like wooing holidays. How
about for your kids, though?
Oh, Halloween's awesome for that.
Well, there you go. You got to focus on the positive.
Yeah, Halloween's. I went on a New Year's in my hatred of New Year's.
Oh, I'm with you there on
New Year's steak.
Let's stay. I love Halloween. I love fall. I love pumpkin spice. Admittedly,
Absolutely.
even though it's like I'm judged now.
Be proud. Be proud. You were one of the originals.
I'm the original. I'm an OG. Pumpkin spice. Wait, hold on. PSL.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm an OG PSL.
I will agree with James Corden on this. I do not feel like we should call something a holiday if we don't get the day off. I agree with that. But not only for the getting the day off, I believe that for holidays like Halloween, we should get the next day off.
Oh, I like that.
That's how it should work. And if that's not happening, we need to call it something other than a holiday.
Oh, are there any holidays that you disagree with that you're like, I'm not here? It's like a Hallmark holiday?
I've already said mine, New Year's. I say we trade New Year's. We're in the sports. We trade New Year's for the day after the Super Bowl. Straight up trade.
I'm willing to trade
a lot. Erica, how many people would be down with that?
I would be down with that, especially since I have claimed New Year's as claimed Super Bowl as my official hosting day.
Yes.
So yes, I could use that next day off.
Can somebody
In fact,
think about hashtag?
I'm going to talk to our boss real quick. Chris, I would like to officially request a day after Super Bowl off.
And Chris, we need a yes or a no right now on live TV.
Yeah, see?
Oh, see?
Yes.
Everybody's invited.
Yes, that's right. So y'all just know I will not be here the day after Super Bowl from henceforth.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
Henceforth. I love it.
Because it makes it official. All right. Nicole Richie celebrated turning 40, but she may have had too many candles on her cake. She posted this video of her hair catching on fire as she went to blow out the candles, of course. She captioned the post, "So far, 40 is fire." Good caption. Good caption.
No, I saw this and I shed real tears. I shed real tears. First of all,
it's like it hits close to home.
Nicole is a curly girl. I went on this rant yesterday. It takes us 4 times as long to grow our hair out than anyone else. Y'all want to see what shrinkage is like when your hair comes down to here, but then it bounces back up to here. You know how frustrating that is? So you can't be leaning over things and have that go up in flames. You know how long it's going to take her to grow that back? About 4 years. She's going to be 44 before she gets that length back.
You know, I had this not happen to me, but happen in a place that I was in real time, where I started my career at the Miami Improv, now closed Comedy Club. They used to light real candles for the show. And they would be a server that would go and start all the candles for the show. And I was on stage, and you just smelled. Like
hair burning?
Yes. That's no smell like the smell of hair burning. I guess some woman leaned over to see the menu, and just her hair went up. And I didn't see the actual fire, but you smell nothing like it. So yeah.
How about in the clubs? Does that ever happen? Like they put the bottles on fire or whatever? That
would happen all the time. I've actually hosed people down. Absolutely. If you're on fire, I'm throwing water on you. Absolutely. Or whatever drink I have, it's going on you. I am not going to sit there and let you burn. I think that was the most random thing, that no one stepped into that shot, but the person just kept filming. It's like, make sure you get it all on Instagram, but somebody throw a glass of water in that girl's hair.
I would have done it. I would have stepped up.
I take great joy in saving somebody's hair.
At least she took it in stride. She captioned it funny.
That's right.
Yeah.
40 is fire. All right, Conor McGregor, you guys got to see this before we go, may want to stick to fighting. The MMA star threw a wild first pitch at the Cubs game last night. Wow, that wasn't even close to the plate. So to add insult to injury, let's look at it one more time. You got to. You got to. He's saying, take me out to the ball game during the 7th inning stretch, which is classic at Wrigley Field. Let's watch.
1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back.
Listen, I'm a Conor fan, but if you're going after something and you do it 100% of your heart, even in karaoke when people are terrible, but they're giving it their all, I support that.
You know, first of all, it's take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd.
Eric, we don't have enough time. No,
Not
Jeff, he can read the words.
Take me out
He said
with
tree.
the crowd. With the crowd, I really do want to take him out. And in Conor's defense, he's probably gotten hit in the ear hole a few times, so he's tone deaf.
But I will say this. That struck me that he did no practice. Just in the limo ride over, you could scan the sheet a little bit and just understand. He should have thrown a couple practice pitches in the parking lot. I have a friend of mine who threw out a first pitch. He was super nervous, and he did good. I think Conor was not. He was overconfident, and then it went into the stands. He didn't practice.
Wouldn't you want to, like, practice a little bit? Like, throw it around? You're that confident in yourself?
You have to practice. Like, I don't understand. I know you would practice for probably 2 weeks.
I have, actually.
Yes.
I'll tell it in the break. Yeah, I'll tell it in the break. But it's take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd.
It is with the crowd?
Yes.
Oh, I've been singing it wrong forever. My brother actually sang the seventh inning stretch. Yes, my brother got to sing at Wrigley Field.
In Chicago, that's a huge honor. That's a huge honor. Speaking of Conor, honor, it went together. Anyways, coming up on DBL, a brand new TLC show is taking a look at how the most unusual skin conditions are treated. We're talking to the doctor herself, Dr. Mercy. Plus, Kelly Ripa and her husband, Mark Consuelos, reveal how they settle fights, why they say heading right to the bedroom works for them.
Closed captioning provided by
Liberty Mutual, customized car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. How much money can Liberty Mutual save you?
Okay, while I blot my disgusting oil, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I got a new brush. So Kelly's been on me. I'm disgusting. It's a whole different thing. I got a new brush, though, for my makeup. I did kind of see myself, like, breaking out a little bit.
5 years later, he got a new brush.
Yeah, I'm disgusting. Anyways, so DBL Nation does not know we're letting the cat out of bag because I don't think it's happening anymore. One of my lifelong dreams, obviously as a kid, to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game, right? And coming from Chicago, the Cubs or the White Sox, either will do. I'll even take the Rockies at this point because that's where I live. But they set it up as one of, like, what was that segment we did? A bucket list?
Bucket list.
Like a bucket list segment. They actually set it up. We filmed all the pre-stuff. I was gonna throw out the first pitch for the Chicago Cubs. Damn you, COVID. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
My heart broke.
They never called me back. They never called me back.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But I had true empathy. I was like, man, that meant so much.
And the package is so cute. My kids came out in, like, Cubs jerseys. I think I started crying back there. We filmed it and they surprised me. So even if I don't throw out the pitch, we should use that footage for something.
Are you afraid you'll choke like Conor McGregor, though?
No, but so to Al's point, I bought a glove and a ball, and I started, like, throwing the ball around.
When it comes down to it, no matter how much you practice.
I don't think people realize how far. It even looked like he was on a truncated distance. I was with Bill Bellamy when I used to tour with him, and we were in Houston doing shows down there, and he was going to throw it out at the Astrodome, and we walked into the Astrodome onto the field. It is far.
It's far.
It is far. He threw it fine. It was a good pitch. But, like, he was nervous. Like, Bill never got nervous before show. He was nervous going to that.
Yeah.
Because it's humiliating. You've seen, like, you don't want to be. Who threw 50 Cent threw a bad one, right?
Oh,
50
yeah.
Cent threw a
So many
terrible
people.
one.
The mayor of
One
Chicago.
guy at the White Sox game.
Yeah.
There's one girl at the White Sox game who hit the photographer right in front of her. She whipped it right at his face.
People, it's that television.
Tori.
Welcome back to DBL. Kelly Ripa's husband, Mark Consuelos, knows how to keep the peace at home. Kelly recently revealed on her show how Mark likes to settle any issue that comes up in their relationship. Let's check it out.
He would have been like, oh, you're upset? I know how to take care of that. Oh, you don't feel good about something? I'll take care of that. Oh, you're feeling like maybe you're overworked? I got you. I know what you need. Because everything for Mark is settled with, love and sexy time.
So does this ring true to anybody?
Well, I'll just tell you, my husband overheard this conversation this morning as we were talking about it in the meeting, and he went like this. And just kept walking. Like it was just complete, because it doesn't work for us. If we're upset, if I'm upset about something, I cannot concentrate on being in the bedroom.
Gotcha.
Everything comes to mind because it's like, I'm stressed about this or whatever. And then there's always like the icing of the stress cake, which for me is generally, and I haven't done laundry in a week and a half.
That's the problem, Erica. You're worried about laundry. What do they always say? The opposite of love is hate, okay? So like if you guys are in a moment where you hate each other, you guys are that close to loving each other. So all you need is a little catalyst to get you over to the love side. And you know what that is? That's any room in the house. So I say have a little quickie and then talk it out. And I guarantee you, we can giggle if we want. I guarantee you, if you guys are in post-coitus, I can say that, right? Yeah, we just did. Yes. You guys will have a different conversation than if you were angry at each other in the car, angry driving home from Walmart. You guys are having a different conversation.
I kind of leaning towards Al's side, even though he's making me very uncomfortable.
Surprise, surprise.
Don't make me say it again.
The men feel the same way about it.
No, it's not only that. It's how my wife feels. And it's like, what were we fighting about?
Yes.
Right? You could kind of,
because what could it possibly be?
But some of them, all of a sudden in the morning, like if we have a good time at night in the morning, they're like, I made coffee. I'm like, you did?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, this is funny. This is so funny because this conversation started off where, can you resolve everything in the bedroom, to Jeff and Al just saying how great they can resolve everything in the bedroom if they get coffee afterwards.
Hey, listen. God looked out for us. But, you know, Erica, I'm just going to say this. Are you telling me that there is no difference in the conversation that you would have in the car as opposed to post-lovemaking?
There's a difference in the conversation based on where you are, but I'm just saying it's hard to really be there if you have other things going on in your mind. Have you ever heard if your house is clean, then you're more likely to get more?
That's what the light switch is for. Turn it off. House is super clean.
What room are you specific about? You're like any room.
Well, you know me.
Which room you think solves up, you know, gets the problem?
Bar.
No, kitchen.
All right.
Kitchen.
There you go.
Oh, that's why we don't eat at
Am I being kitchen shamed?
That's exactly why we don't eat at your house.
I wish we could talk about this all day. We got to run to a commercial. Coming up at DBL from the brand new TLC show, Dr. Mercy. She's telling us all about her most interesting cases when it comes to dealing with unusual skin conditions. That's next.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the movement you need to feel better can be a challenge. Now you can keep fit while you sit.
With Mexico border, thousands of migrants are living under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas. That's about 150 miles west of San Antonio. Most of them are from Haiti, trying to seek asylum in the United States. Families say they left out of fear after a series of natural disasters, the assassination of the country's president, and a sharp rise in violence. But they didn't come directly to the U.S.-Mexico border. Thousands of Haitians went to South America after the 2010 earthquake. The New York Times first reported that Haitians were offered humanitarian visas to some South American countries as low-wage workers. According to Brazil's government, Haitian migration hit a peak of 17,000 in 2018. Chile's peak was in 2018 as well, when the government issued 126,000 visas to Haitians. Those numbers have since plummeted due to stricter immigration regulations, economic instability, and discrimination. So the Haitian migrants travel north through Central America and Mexico, trying to reach the United States. And that brings us to the border. The latest data from Customs and Border Protection shows nearly 28,000 Haitians intercepted in the current fiscal year, which ends September 30th. That's more than 6 times the number in 2020. With the current influx in Del Rio, the Department of Homeland Security is taking migrants to other customs processing locations in Eagle Pass and in Laredo. The U.S. is also carrying out flights to take migrants back to Haiti and other destinations. While that happens, migrants are left to wait under the bridge while the U.S. government works out its plan for humanitarian relief and relocation.
When their skin betrays them, they'll need some mercy, and that's who they call Dr. Mercy. Earlier, Tori and Erica chatted with the dermatologist about her new TLC show. That's today's DBL Spotlight. Everyone watching,
the skin is a manifestation of what's going on internally. So a lot of what we do in dermatology is not just the skin that you're treating a person as a whole. I actually come with the philosophy that we're all brothers and sisters. If you come into a room to see me, you're automatically a family member.
Please welcome Dr. Mercy Odiembo to DBL. Hello, Doc.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. We do want to, Dr. Mercy, most people wouldn't consider dermatology to be what you call like an emotional field, but that clip really showed you how raw it can make you feel because it's what people see. So why do you believe your services move people so much?
I really think that, just like you said, when you first meet a person, the first thing you see is their physical appearance and just what they look like. It's weird, like most people would rather fix something that they're struggling with physically before they even go into their doctor for like their blood pressure, their blood sugars, because that's the first thing that you see. That's what you're judged on. That's what people talk about.
We can see some of your patients and some of the examples that things that could really make someone feel like they can't be a part of society. So what is the craziest condition you've seen, and how do you know how to treat it?
No matter how big your clothing is, people still look at you. When you have all this like lumps and bumps or birthmark stains on your face, people stare. They think something is wrong. People act like you have a disease that's contagious. The patients didn't do anything to get this. It just happens to be that way. And that really is very sad for me. And I'm hoping the show can change people's perception of skin conditions.
I like that we're going more than skin deep. Now, some people can get weak stomachs with some of this stuff. Do you ever have that, or are you just doctor mode?
Oh no, I'm also human. No. In one of the episodes, you'll actually see me run into the bathroom throwing up because a patient grabbed her cyst and started playing with it. And my stomach couldn't take it anymore.
Erica.
Yep.
Well, it's good to know that you're human too, because sometimes I feel like maybe I'm just weak. Like I'm just super weak, you know?
Queasy.
Just like you guys.
Yeah.
I throw up. Just like you guys, I get sick sometimes.
Oh man. Understandable. Well, you say you treat the problem from the inside out. So what advice can you give to viewers at home who are struggling with skin conditions right now?
I think the best thing is find a board certified dermatologist that can help you. For a lot of skin conditions, there's actually a cure or something to give you a better life. You can have a relationship with your kids, with your families. Most of my patients just stay at home because they don't want people to laugh at them or look at them. And we're here to change that.
Wow. What's your favorite part of the job?
Oh my goodness, talking to the patients. Connecting with people, I feel like it's a gift, it's a privilege to meet my patients. When they walk through my door, I take it as a privilege. Because one thing I've learned is if I just treat the patient's skin conditions, I'm only doing half of my job. So I try to really dig deep and find out what else is going on, what else can I help with, and that's what I enjoy the most.
It's just so great to know that there are people out there who are advocating and really helping us from the inside out, but making us shine on the outside.
Coolest name ever, Dr. Mercy. Love it. Her show, Dr. Mercy, premieres today on TLC. We can't wait to check it out. We'll be right back. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Nothing gets leaks in water. So, Paul, we're talking about gutters. What was life like before leaf opening?
A majority of Hispanics surveyed say they generally prefer to identify themselves by their country of origin rather than by the labels Latino or Hispanic. But when it comes time to check the box, what do they do? To find out, we checked with the U.S. Census and the Pew Research Center. The U.S. Office of Management and Budget defines Hispanic or Latino as someone from Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, South or Central America. The Pew Research Center uses the term Hispanic for anyone who is from or has ancestors from a Spanish-speaking country. That excludes Brazil, since Portuguese is the main language there, but it does include Spain. A general rule of thumb is a person who speaks Spanish is Hispanic, whereas someone from Spain or has origins in Spain is Spanish. Latino, Latina, and the newer Latinx tend to be based more on geographics, meaning someone of Latin American descent. According to Pew, in 2020, the Hispanic population in America reached more than 62 million people, up from 50.5 million in 2010. That's 1 in 5 people in the U.S. Those of Mexican origin make up about 62% of the overall population, followed by Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Salvadorans, and Dominicans. Since Latino and Hispanic are frequently used interchangeably, the U.S. Census has chosen to keep the answer straightforward. Who is Hispanic? Anyone who chooses to identify themselves as such. And that's connecting the dots.
It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. So according to AARP, robocallers are claiming to be a patient advocate named Becky and offering a precautionary generic cancer screening. If the caller says everyone qualifies for the test or that you shouldn't consult your own doctor, guess what? It's fake. If you receive a generic testing kit in the mail, don't accept it unless your doctor ordered it. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn more.
Not Becky.
Not Becky. Don't answer that call.
Don't trust
We'll see you
Becky.
guys tomorrow.